On amnesty, a major blow, of course, for President Bush, the pro-amnesty senators, and the amnesty and open borders lobby. One of the biggest and most vocal opponents of the legislation and the leader of the opposition, and a very eloquent one in point of fact, is Senator Jeff Sessions. Senator Sessions joins us now from Capitol Hill. Well, Senator, first of all, I've got to say congratulations to you.
Thank you.
This is, I said here earlier this evening that this is one of the first times that I can recall, and I'm talking about a number of years, in which I truly believe that the U.S. Senate heard the voices of their constituents, the people they've been elected to represent. Would you disagree?
No, I couldn't agree more, but it was a little late coming, wasn't it? I mean, going into that vote, I was not sure whether the other side would they might get 60 votes and be able to move forward with the legislation. But when it began to collapse, it just collapsed. And I think a big part of that was persons like yourself who read this bill, who night after night explained some of the loopholes and deficiencies. And I think that all added up to a collapse of support.
Well, we have sure been trying over the years to report facts. There have been all sorts of cross currents, as you know, and it's pretty easy to step into them if you insist upon asserting the facts, as you did, Senator. You hit three facts, you put a number, a far greater number than that before your colleagues. But impressively, before your colleagues in the United States Senate, irresistibly, from the Congressional Budget Office, establishing that this legislation would constrain only 25% at most of illegal immigration, and I know that you, in other extrapolation, took that down to just about half of that, that it would actually double legal immigration over the course of the next 10 years, and that the cost would be $30 billion over 10 years just in terms of impact on the federal budget. How in the world against that could any senator reasonably say that they could support such legislation, in your judgment?
Those were the fundamental facts, I think, that I felt we needed to get to the senators. They were not hearing that from the people supporting the bill, and I drove that home repeatedly, probably ad nauseum to some of them. But the point I felt was that if you were going to vote for a bill that your constituents strongly opposed, you had to really believe it was the right thing to do, and you could defend it. I wanted to be sure that our senators knew that they couldn't defend this bill in the face of the objections they got. And I think that, in a way, maybe came together. The lack of confidence in the fact that this bill would work, it would not work, in my view, and two, the American people understood it and opposed it.
Well, Senator, I want to compliment you, congratulate you.
Thank you.
You were steadfast and, as I said, eloquent throughout, and did a great service not just to Alabamans, but to all of the citizens of this country. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Senator Jeff Sessions.